Let me show you a really simple and reliable way to prep and cook rhubarb. I think rhubarb is one of the highlights of the year. It's so tasty. It's just so juicy and delicious and tangy and gorgeous. And we often use it as a fruit, but actually it's a vegetable, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to prep it, how to cook it. I wanna just slice it up about 1 centimetre thick. This is the rock chopping method. So rock chopping is very, very simple, okay? You just do that, same time every single time, and you move it down the vegetable or whatever it is that you're cutting. So let's just do it one more time, and I'll show you. You can cut it in half and double it up. You can see my thumb is placed back here. See the thumb, right? And you can see that I'm just doing this chopping, rock chopping, and I'm bringing my fingers towards my thumb. On the rhubarb, if you've got any leaves, simply remove them. You can't eat the leaves of rhubarb. You need for this a nice big pan. Get it on fairly high heat. 300 grams is a nice amount of sugar for 2 kilos of rhubarb. If it is more acidic, you just add 50 grams more sugar and go with the flow. I'm not gonna add any water at all. There's enough water in here. One thing I do love to do myself, I just have a little bit of thyme that I put in there. You don't have to. Put it in as a whole bunch. I'll take it out later. It's just gonna kind of give a little bit of a nice kind of savouriness. I tend to just take a thumb-sized piece of ginger. What I like to do is take these bits of skin, put those with boiling water and a little bit of lemon skin, right? Delicious little, therapeutic teas. Or if you're cooking some rice, just 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water, pinch of salt, and some of those little skins, and it will just infuse a lovely flavour into your simple rice. Very delicious. I like just to grate it on a fine grater like this. Basically, it's like a teaspoon of ginger that goes in. And that is my basic kind of mothership rhubarb recipe. Let's give it a nice little stir up. You'll see the natural water starting to come out of the rhubarb. The smell will be phenomenal. This will fill the house with the most amazing smells. So give it a nice little stir, bring this to the boil, turn it down to a little simmer, cook it for about 10 to 12 minutes. That will give you perfectly cooked rhubarb and a kind of cordial. Now, if you want, you can separate those and have a bottle of cordial and beautifully cooked rhubarb and do what you want with it. That cordial, ice, lemon juice, water, delicious little drink. Or you can continue to cook it for about 20 minutes and you'll have a lovely thick compote. Now, I'll let that cook and then I want to give you lots of ideas of how could you use that. Not just crumbles, not just pies. Let's think sweet, savoury, breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner. Right, cook away. Okay, so I've turned the heat off now. I gave it about 15 minutes. And what you can do is remove the herb. So let's just talk about how do we serve it. Of course, you could put that into a lovely pie. You could serve it, on lovely overnight oats like this, gorgeous. So that will keep in the fridge at least for a couple of weeks. Happy days. You can bag it up, freeze it if you want. But let's talk about savoury first. If you were to take things like salami, prosciutto, ham, this is some bresaola, which is a cured top side of beef, right? And then to go with that, we'll take a little bit of this beautiful poached rhubarb, have it with some nice peppery rocket like that, and just finish it with a little squeeze of lemon juice and some olive oil and a little bit of parmesan and a touch of pepper. We can also go into the world of cocktails. What we can do is go slightly more Bellini-like and get just that lovely kind of cordial over to your glass and then simply top it up with champagne. If you want this delicious recipe, then come over and see us on the Jum app. Cheers.